Hi, I'm Michael, and this is California. And the second largest group of people receiving Social Security benefits after retired workers and people on survivors benefits are folks who are disabled. Individuals who are sufficiently disabled and have met all the work criteria are able to apply for something called Social Security Disability, or SSDI. This program has 8.5 million people on it who are receiving monthly benefits because they are disabled to the point where they are no longer able to work. Now, SSDI has some pretty complex rules and eligibility requirements in order to receive the benefits. But for those people who are disabled and their families, it can be a lifesaver. So today, we're going to cover some of the basics of SSDI, how it works, and who is generally eligible. But before we do that, if you like this information, if you find it interesting, if you find it helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That way you can get updates when our newest and most informative videos become available. Social Security Disability is a program that is run by the Social Security Administration. It is a way for workers who are disabled and have worked enough time to receive monthly benefits in order to be able to survive. It's funded by a payroll tax that both the worker and their employer pay into to ensure that in the case the worker becomes disabled, they'll have some resources to fall back on. The money goes into a government trust fund as every month someone pays into it and is drawn upon once somebody becomes disabled. Now, there is no specific age requirement for SSDI like Medicare or Social Security retirement, although a higher percentage of people on disability are over the age of 50. Now, if someone qualifies for Social Security Disability, they are able to receive monthly benefits that are based on their average lifetime's earnings before they became disabled. So the amount that someone can actually get will vary from person to person. Since everyone earns different amounts of money depending on their jobs and their work history, that means that everybody will have different average amounts of lifetime earning at the time their disability begins. In this video, we're not going to go too deep into how average earnings is calculated, but basically they take a set period of years and then add up all the income from within those years and then divide it by the same number of years. So for example, if you worked 10 years and you made $1,000 a year, over those 10 years, you would have made $10,000. Then they divide that by those 10 years, which would give them the average amount of earnings for those 10 years, which is $1,000 per year. Then they take a percentage of this amount based on something called bend points, and that'll give them your monthly disability benefit amount. Also, it's important to note that the amount that somebody is eligible to receive is not based on how severe their disability is, or in fact, how much income you've made in total, but rather it's based on an average of how much they made over that specific time period. Now, for most people who are getting disability, they'll get anywhere between $800 a month and $1,800 a month. But the average in 2020 was $1,258 a month, and the maximum that someone can receive in 2020 is $3,011 a month. To be eligible for SSDI, you must be first sufficiently disabled. This means that you are unable to do the work that you did previously and cannot adjust to other works because of your medical conditions, and your disability has lasted or is expected to last for at least 1 year or result in death. Now, it is important to note that SSDI will not provide any benefits for partial or short-term disability benefits. Second, you will have had to have worked and paid into Social Security enough time to earn work credits. In 2020, one work credit is earned for every $1,410 of earning that you made in the year. This amount will increase every single year. The maximum amount of credits that you can earn during a 1-year period is 4 credits. In order to qualify for full Social Security benefits, you'll need to have 40 credits in total. Additionally, if you are over the age of 31, you must have worked recently, meaning that at least 20 of your credits must have been earned in the last 10 years. And this will change if you are younger and you have a lower amount of credits to qualify because you have less working history. Also, if you do not have sufficient work history and your income and assets are low enough to qualify, you may be able to qualify for Supplemental Security Income, SSI, if you are not able to qualify for SSDI. The application process can be daunting, so it's important that you apply as soon as you become disabled. This is because the process to apply for disability can take from 3 to 5 months and possibly even longer, with many of the Social Security services only being accessible via phone right now. There are 2 ways that someone can apply. The first way is to apply online through the socialsecurity.gov website, and I'll put that link down below. Also, it is possible to apply over the phone by calling the Social Security toll-free number, and I'll put the phone number down below as well in the description. Then, Social Security will do a disability claims interview, and that'll last about an hour. And then based on the information that you provided, your medical history, your work history, and the information from your interview, they will make a decision if you fall within the criteria to claim disability. Now, one way to help this whole process is to review the Disability Starter Kit that's also available online from the Social Security website, which can give you more insight into what you will need to apply and make the whole process a little smoother and easier. Overall, Social Security Disability is a valuable resource for folks who are unable to work because of their disability. It can help provide benefits that can pay for some of the cost of daily living. Additionally, being on SSDI will allow you to get health coverage through things like Medicare once you've been disabled for a minimum of 24 months or 2 years. But the important thing to keep in mind is that as soon as you become disabled, you should apply for your benefits because the process can be long and complex to get through, and the sooner you start your process, the sooner you may be able to start receiving your disability benefits. Thank you so much for watching our videos. I hope that you found them interesting or helpful or at least useful. And if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That way you can get updates when our newest and most informative videos become available. Also, if you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. We love to see your comments and questions, and we'll be happy to make a new video or a new post to go over them as soon as we can. Now, finally, we here at California, we know health insurance. So whether it's private health insurance or Covered California or Medicare or Medicaid or Medi-Cal, we know health insurance because I know it can be very complicated coming out of your work insurance and going on to private health insurance. Or maybe you're turning 65, you're trying to figure out what are the best Medicare plans that fit your needs as well as your budget. Or maybe even you're coming out of a government program like Medicaid or Medi-Cal, and now you have to go on private health insurance and figure out what options you have available. We can help with all of that. So if you have questions about your healthcare, leave them down below and we'll make a new video or post for that as well. Now, other than that, I'm Michael, and this is California, wishing you a happy, healthy day.